A longtime fan of Chris Donegan would like to congratulate him on his induction into the RMHS Athletic Hall of Fame. An observer back in the 1990s might have noted that, as a high school student, Chris Donegan was unassuming. But that didn't mean he wasn't an outstanding athlete. Donegan's average size and quiet demeanor did not suppress his talent. It had quite the opposite effect, actually, as teams may have underestimated Donegan due to being 5'9" and weighing 170 pounds. But his cool, calm demeanor was beneficial in maintaining poise in the big moments along his path to the Reading High Athletic Hall of Fame. Chris Donegan is no stranger to these ceremonies, as he is already in as a member of both the inducted 1992 football team as well as the 1994 baseball team. Now the time has come to honor Chris Donegan, the individual athlete. In football, he was a starter at outside linebacker and strong side cornerback by the third game in 1991 as a sophomore, and never looked out of place. In the fall of 1992, Donegan was one of the few underclassmen to play a key starting role on that Hall of Fame Rocket football team.
Donegan!
The team, coached by Reading Hall of Famer Tom Kasperzak, now boasts 4 Hall of Fame players, as Donegan joins Jim Murphy, Bill Tucker, and Tom Prado, who were all key contributors to that 10-0 Middlesex League champion team that went to the Super Bowl. Donegan may not have been the main headliner like Murphy and Tucker, but he was no bit player.
Tucker may go all the way, touchdown! He got a great block from wingback number 26, Chris Donegan.
He was a Middlesex League All-Star as a junior, as he tied for the team lead in tackles with 68. Donegan intercepted 7 passes and broke up 8 others. His instincts made him a top corner. Donegan had the proverbial nose for the football. He'd read and anticipate the play as well as anyone to have played the position at Reading High, which allowed him to get the ball at the right moment for either the interception or the pass breakup.
And Donegan, second play in a row, he just hammered Kevin Nolan.
2 of those interceptions proved to be extremely big. He returned an interception 52 yards for a touchdown in the showdown against Woburn, and then stole a pass at the goal line in the Thanksgiving Day game at Stoneham in the second quarter to end the Spartans' threat to tie the game. When an injury to starting fullback Mike Cashman put him out for the season, Kasperzak turned to Donegan to play fullback. Donegan filled the role admirably while scoring 3 touchdowns that season, 3 different ways: rushing, receiving, and returning an interception. One of the more underrated football seasons in Rocket history was in 1993. Not expected to do much with a rebuilding season ahead, Reading went 9-1 and was a win over Woburn in Week 9 away from appearing in a second straight Super Bowl. Back for his senior year, Chris Donegan was a player who never left the field. He transformed into the team's leading ball carrier, kick returner, and place kicker, while maintaining his status as the team's best defensive player. Offensively, the Rockets went with a trapping, sprint-out style, which fit the skill set of Donegan and quarterback Tom Prado. Donegan went on to lead the team in rushing with 785 yards and 7 touchdowns, including a season-high 179 yards against Belmont. He caught 8 passes for 2 more scores. To top it all off, he converted 23 of 25 extra-point kicks and made 1 field goal. Defensively, opposing teams game planned to run or throw away from Donegan's side, but he still earned a second straight Middlesex League All-Star award while also being selected as an All-Scholastic by both the Boston Globe and Boston Herald. For the season, he led the team with 62 tackles, forced 4 fumbles, recovered 3, and had 1 interception. In baseball, Donegan waited his turn to be the full-time starting second baseman for the 1994 team, which had an incredible season, finishing as Middlesex League champions and with a final record of 21-2. The '94 Rockets outscored their opponents 148-36, with 10 wins by shutout and a team ERA of 1.12. Donegan batted 5th, right in the heart of an order that featured RMHS Hall of Famers Tom Fratto, the number 3 hitter, and Steve Langone, the cleanup batter. Chris batted a solid .356 in the regular season, leading the team with 7 doubles and placing second in RBIs with 20. He saved his best games for the second half of the season. After the Rockets suffered their first loss to Stoneham after starting with an 8-0 record, Donegan led the way in the very next game against Winchester, where he went 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs in a 5-1 win. Then, in the May 23rd game at home against Woburn, Chris smacked a 7th-inning walk-off game-winning single for the comeback 6-5 victory. The next day, Reading avenged its loss to Stoneham with a thrilling 1-0 9-inning win in Stoneham to allow the Rockets to claim a share of the ML title, provided they won their league finale, a makeup game at Belmont. Donegan helped make sure they did with a double and triple, all in the same inning, to highlight a 10-5 win. Unfortunately, the 1994 Rockets could not reach the pinnacle of achievement in the tournament, as Stoneham won the rubber game of their 3 contests with a victory in the Division II North Final. For his efforts that season, Chris Donegan was chosen as a Middlesex League All-Star. He was selected to play in the Middlesex League vs. Merrimack Valley Conference All-Star Baseball game and in the Carroll Classic All-Star Football game, also against the MVC. So, after being part of these ceremonies in the past, as a key member of 2 RMHS Hall of Fame teams, it is with great pride that the Reading High Athletic Hall of Fame welcomes Chris Donegan, the individual athlete, into its Hall of Fame class for 2022.